Afternoon, everyone. We are Group 8. Today, our group will cover the case study of water resources and water scarcity in Vietnam. In this topic, we will softly introduce the key water resources in Vietnam. Then we will go investigate deeper in how we use these essential resources and determine the drawback of each activity. We also noted a contradiction between some places use water wastefully and others in the emergency situation of water scarcity. From that specific information, we offer some short-term and long-term solutions to ameliorate this situation. To this message, we would like to relating students to this social issue. A small contribution or at least awareness of this problem is much appreciated. We hope you find the following information helpful. If you have any questions, please stay to the end of our presentation. Thank you very much.
Let's start with the first part, the key water resource in Vietnam. Vietnam's first water supply is come from the surface current in river, which is also called surface water. This resource comes from the two largest flows are the Red River and the Mekong River, plus the domestic river. This can supply about 830 cubic kilometer, and the second water supply is underground water, which can supply about 63 cubic kilometer per year. And there are also other resources come from marine and coastal area. For residential usage, in urban area, 2013, Vietnam has more than 240 urban water supply plants with a total design capacities of 3.42 cubic kilometer per day, in which 92 factories use surface water and 148 factories use underground water. In rural areas, in 2013, the southwest coastal provinces such as Kiên Giang, Long An, due to the lack of fresh water in river, lakes is not enough to meet the needs of life and productions, so the water supply is mainly extracted from the underground. And for manufacture, the water used to supply productions often comes from underground water and water from the water supply factory in the area.
I will continue my friend's part. Okay, now let's start. Other than residential usage and manufacturing fields, irrigation and aquaculture are also two fields that account for large amounts of water usage. For irrigation, in estimation, to supply for around 6.5 million hectares of cultivated surface, there need to be 60 cubic kilometers of water. For livestock farming, the number is about 10 to 15 cubic kilometers per year. Most of the water supply are from surface water such as streams or rivers. However, the surface water can only be supportable in rainy seasons. In dry seasons, farmers must use water from waterworks to maintain their crops and cattle. For aquaculture, thanks to our geographical position, Vietnam has noticeable area of water supply, about 1 million hectares of fresh water, 400,000 hectares of brackish water, 1.47 million hectares of surface water, and more than 14 million hectares of territorial water surface, which plays an extremely important role in our aquaculture. However, we have only used 12.5% of brackish water and seawater and 31% of fresh water. Vietnam has 3,500 small reservoirs and about 650 reservoirs of medium and large size used for hydroelectric production, flood control, waterway traffic, and especially for aquaculture.
Hello everyone, my name is Kim Ngan, and now we move to the second question. Which sector do you think is the most wasteful and why? According to the pie chart, it illustrates the percentage of water consumption by different sectors in Vietnam. While other sectors like aquaculture, household, service, and manufacture only make up 16% in total, more than 80% of water in Vietnam goes into irrigation, which is really a tremendous proportion. And now we may wonder, with this great amount of water usage, is the irrigation industry working efficiently and successfully in Vietnam? Surprisingly, regardless of that, economic outcomes brought from this sector is actually unsatisfactory. Hence, we'll take an insight into some major reasons revealing the wasteful water consumption of irrigation. First of all, it's a regular irrigation method that causes such a huge waste of water, not to mention the redundant water from the field flowing into the canal. This method is supposed to be a traditional one and is popularly applied by a number of farmers.
There are no positive measures to limit surface evaporation. This is a natural phenomenon that also causes great water loss. Irrigation spillage outside a crop area where irrigation water is usable. This happens to the water source of industrial crops and fruit trees as we water them and they run off onto the ground. Excessive watering causes water to reach too deeply in comparison to the depth of the plant's roots. Plants will only absorb water within the scope of their roots. If we water too much, they can penetrate deeper than the depth of their roots, resulting in waste. Therefore, applying traditional irrigation methods has made a huge amount of wasted irrigation water. This is a time that the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development needs to develop a program in order to save and combat wastefulness in agricultural production from water-saving irrigation and residential usage. Moreover, it is considered that controlling construction costs, managing the exploitation of irrigation works would decelerate fees and improve the farmers' efficiency of agricultural production.
Hi everyone, my name is Ying, and besides investing, upgrading, and repairing for the irrigation projects, I'm here to give you 3 solutions to mechanisms, policies, organization, and management on how to use the water more effectively in the agriculture field, and especially the irrigation projects. The first thing to do is to complete all the legal documents that are related to the management and exploitation part from the irrigation works, which a real manager is needed. Every decision and pool management from the manager must be responsible to the law and economy. In addition, delivering orders with large construction system combine them with conditional management bidding for each part, each work item, and the whole medium construction system, proceeding to privatize and diversify management. The second solution is to build models and technology for researching and applying water-saving irrigation equipment that are suitable for each type of crop, each climate region, and each type of land. The first model is drip irrigation. It is a form of bringing water directly from the ground to the base of the plant continuously in the form of drops, thanks to the typical devices that are dripping nozzles. The second model is rain spraying. It is a way of watering plants in the form of raindrops. It is applicable to low permeability subcrops of high economic value. The third model is underground irrigation. It is a form of bringing water directly into the plant roots, and it is applicable to soil with good capacity, fleshy soil, sediment, medium soil texture, dry climate, and frequent high winds. The third solution is propagating and disseminating irrigation and agriculture technique to farmers, especially the techniques that are suitable to water requirement of each growing period of plants, and especially for the rice, so that farmers understand and know how to use the water economically and effectively.
From now to the end of May 2021, many areas in the Mekong River Delta continue to experience salinization and serious water shortage.
Salinization in the Mekong Delta continues to be complicated at the end of the dry season. According to the Southern Institute of Water Resource Research, the institute calculations show that the upstream flow of the Mekong River to the dry season planned in 2021 belongs to the year of extreme hydrology and fluctuates very complicatedly. So salinization in the Mekong River Delta belongs to the group of 5 series 70 years saline intrusion is likely to increase dramatically, especially during high tide days. At Khao Nổi location in Vam Cỏ River, since the beginning of the dry season, there has been a serious salt water intrusion, and from now until the end of the dry season, June 2021, there is no possibility of fresh water appearing even at low tide. At Bến Lức, Vàm Cỏ Đông River, from now to mid-April 2021, salinity increase, fresh water hardly appears. In May 2021, salinity may be less than forecast. If it rains, at Thân and Vàm Cỏ, Tây River, from March to early April, water sources are salty most of the time. The forecast salinity data along the Cửa Thiêu River from January to May 2021 also shows that at some point it is no longer likely to appear fresh water until the end of the dry season.
The first reason, the water level at upstream stations has decreased sharply. The Standing Office of the Mekong River Commission of Vietnam so that the monitoring data of water level at upstream station has been drastically reduced from 0.5 meter to 1.3 meters compared to the average of many years. Average water level in dry season 2019 to 2090 at Tân Châu Station is also reduced by 0.5 meters. The second reason is low rainfall in the lower Mekong River has a major impact on historic salinity. Due to low rainfall, riparian countries have increased water use, mainly in sub-basins and tributaries. This phenomenon average growth water shortage in downstream. The water source from Binh Ho in the dry season is usually not large, mainly flows out at the end of the flood season. So the decreased inflow from Binh Ho has a very small impact. Flow from China also plays a rather small role in the dry season due to its proximity to the Mekong Delta. The rest is the influence of all the factors related to the operating of the world's hydropower and irrigation in the lower Mekong River basins, mainly on the Mekong tributaries. The third is lack of budget to rehabilitation also prevents people from accessing clean water, and the last one, water sources are polluted due to human activities.
In addition, Central of Vietnam have to face with water scarcity. It mostly called by long dry seasons and extreme weather. It first hit quite in April, but the temperature at high 40 degrees Celsius have been recorded in some areas, typically in Nghệ An. And the lack of flow in rivers, especially in Hà Tĩnh, Nghệ An, Quảng Nam, Bình Định, Phú Yên, and Ninh Thuận, have been 70% to 90% lower than the average for several years, and due to prolonged heat and pollution, reservoir levels are low and some lay below 2 or 3 meters. Water scarcity also caused by rain and floods, and especially landslides. About 30,000 households in Quảng Trị are without fresh water to use, and reservoirs that have destroyed hundreds of water treatment plants, and immediate water sources are polluted by human activity. And some central provinces have to fight with annual saline intrusion to recognize the importance of water scarcity. As in 2019, European brands have been promoting the program, collecting water for the law of the central. And in the first 2 years of implementation, 7 projects were complete with the support of water experts and local authorities, providing clean water to more than 2,000 people in central Vietnam. And in 2021, 5 more projects in Nghệ An, Hà Tĩnh, Quảng Bình, Quảng Trị, and Thừa Thiên Huế are landed to providing clean water to thousands of people.
We all know that there is no substitute for water. However, the situation becomes serious when the water scarcity spread out over the world, and it's happening in our community. So, what can we do to alleviate this problem and increase the water supply in Vietnam? Science and technology is considered as a key to change the table in this serious problem. The countries such as Singapore and Saudi Arabia, which naturally need to import water to maintain the whole system of living, now can cut water imports and become more self-sufficient. The solution of Singapore is the advanced wastewater treatment technology. It means they can recycle, reuse every ton of water endlessly. And in Saudi Arabia, they use the desalination techniques to increase their water supply by converting salt water into safe drinking water. Recently, this process can run by solar power, which is an improvement to reduce energy deficit. All of this is a result of advanced technology that can be an inspiration for solving the water scarcity in Vietnam. We can do as well as Singapore and Saudi Arabia if we choose the development of technology become a priority.
Agriculture country, we have a dense network of rivers. However, due to the climate change and water pollution, the shores of water in our country are facing the risk of water scarcity. Our group has suggested one solution for this problem.
Vertical farming is one solution that's been implemented around the world. Vertical farms produce crops in stacked layers, often in controlled environments such as those built by Aerofarm in Newark, New Jersey. Aerofarm grows a variety of leafy salad greens using a process called aeroponics, which relies on air and mist. Aerofarm crops are grown entirely indoors using a reusable cloth medium made from recycled plastic. In the absence of sun exposure, the company uses LED lights that expose plants to only certain types of spectrum. Aerofarm claims it uses 95% less water than a traditional farm, thanks to its specially designed root misting system, and it is now building out a new 70,000 square foot facility in a former steel mill. Once completed, it's expected to grow 2 million pounds of green per year, making it the largest indoor vertical farm in the world.